So still moving on to episode number 5 of the Your Product Research series. We have another product here today from a viewer from the Facebook group who wants me to break down that product live for you guys so you can learn something about product research, and hopefully it helps them decide if this is a good product, a bad product, or one they should have never looked up in the first place, basically. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you want to get your product featured on the channel, simply email me or hit me up in the Facebook group. And again, if you enjoy the video, give the channel a subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below if you like it, if you want the series to continue, or if you're not really learning anything after the past episode. So interested to hear all of that, but without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so let's break this product down and hopefully help you with your product research. So as I do every time with this series, we're going to start at the top of the helium-10 X-ray breakdown with the search volume for the keyword we have searched. And obviously again, this is to make sure this is the main keyword for the product, because if we don't have that main keyword, we're going to get very different results compared to if we ran a less popular keyword, because there's going to be less competition for that keyword, it's going to be less sales for that keyword, and it's not going to give us the best data on the product. And if we're going to choose a product to buy and order thousands of units on based on the wrong numbers, we could run into serious issues down the line. So based on this search volume of 16,083 every single month, I would feel fairly confident this is one of, if not the most popular keyword for this product. But again, you can always check this with the magnet tool on helium-10 or the cerebro tool on helium-10 to make sure you've got the most popular keyword for this product. So definitely recommend using both of those tools to make sure you have this main keyword, because if you don't have that main keyword, then all of this product research is basically for nothing. So make sure you have that. But now that we know we've got that, we can come down to the average prices here, average revenues, average reviews, average price, all the numbers here. And I've mentioned before to you that because they're averages, they don't help us an overall amount, because you can have numbers skewing this, pulling them up, pulling them down. And to be honest, these numbers don't tell the whole story. You still need to look at the competition. You still need to look, is there an area you can improve the product? Can you do a bundle? Can you differentiate? Can you improve on a point people keep complaining on? These are all elements that you can look at and decide, but no software can tell you that they're there. You have to look and find the opportunity, and that's going to separate a good seller from someone who never really ever gets started. So let's just go ahead and look at these averages just to get a quick insight to this product, so we know straight away kind of what we're dealing with. So average revenue 122,000, the average revenue per seller being 2,800, the average price being 16, and the average reviews 366. So the average reviews here are slightly higher than I'd normally go, but if we do just quickly come down here just for a second, we can see we've got one person with almost 1,400 reviews, which is going to be pulling up that average reviews greatly. So again, showing why the average numbers really don't mean too much, because they can be skewed so easily. So with all of these covered, the product looks okay. Obviously, if I was just going on these numbers, I think it's too competitive, but we know that these numbers don't really mean that much. So in terms of the sales and demand for the product, it's definitely there. Personally, I look for at least £100,000 in total revenue and at least around £2,500 per seller. And we have both those figures. And the price is between £15 and £30, which is my personal preference. So we can definitely start looking into the product a bit deeper, because we know it's got some of the fundamentals we're going to be looking for later down the line. So straight up with the category, home and kitchen is a great category to be selling in. Very big category, loads of sales, very few restrictions and things like that. So it's a very easy category to get in and start selling. So I'm very happy with that category. No red flags or anything there. So let's come across to the delivery to see how people are selling this product. So it looks like we've got a bunch of FBA listings. We've got some MFN, which again just means that the person selling the product is shipping it themselves. And the reason they would normally do this is if the product is big, it's bulky, it's heavy, and it's going to cost too much in Amazon fees to make it basically cost effective to go through FBA and get Amazon to do it on their Prime delivery service. But since there's loads of FBA listings, it doesn't look like that's the case for this product, and we're going to have no issues sending this product into Amazon and getting them to fulfill it for us, which is exactly what we want to do. So with that all sorted now, we know that's not going to be an issue. We can come across to the price and look how this average price of £16.17 is kind of showing in the individual seller prices, because we have quite a big spread in prices here, especially among the top 15 sellers. There's actually hardly anyone who is selling for this average price. They're all much higher than that. mainly in the, I'd say anywhere from 18 to £22 range mostly, but some of them are higher, some of them are much lower. So again, this just shows how this average price here can be dragged down by these people at the very bottom who we don't even care about. We never even look this far down the search results, but they're still affecting these average numbers, showing why they're really just not that important and don't really show us that much. So let's take the top 15 sellers to go by, because this is normally where we want to be ranking. This is where we want to be looking to go for and base our numbers on, basically, because we're not looking to rank on the second page. So why do we base our results for the product on the second page of results? We don't. That's why we look at the top 15. So in terms of these prices, we're looking more at probably around a £20, £20 to £24 item. But again, if you're doing product research for this product, what I'd strongly recommend you do is go into each of these listings and find out why are they charging the price they are. Is this guy charging £14 because his listing is poor, because he has no bundle, because he has some quality issue? Is this guy selling for, I don't know, £31 because he's got a really good bundle and he's really improved the quality of the product? We need to understand why that is to properly assess this product and assess the competition. Because if all these people are selling different bundles and doing different things, then that's quite competitive in the sense that there's no space for us to improve or change or diversify to get into this market. That's why it's very important to understand why these prices are the way they are. And once you understand that, you can think, okay, if I do this, I can price my product at this point and enter the market in a different way to anybody else, or similarly to someone else, how they've done it before and it's proven to work, but you still think you can do it better just with a higher quality listing, a better offer, and just more value to the customer. So that's all great there. Nothing really worries me in the price. Definitely in the price range I'd be looking for. So let's look at the sales and see how these sales are doing. So straight away, the guy with the least sales is the MFN order, or the MFN seller, and that doesn't really affect us, to be honest, because that's not going to be us. So we don't care that he's getting low sales. It might be because he's not Amazon Prime delivery, so that could be affecting his sales. But in general, everyone else is getting a very decent amount of sales, coming down to the position 15. There's a few people getting lower, so again, MFN guy getting not as many sales here, 104, but the guy above him, FBA, getting 180, and everyone else being basically a bit above that in the top 15-ish sellers. So nothing really worries me there. A good spread of sales among quite a few sellers, so there's no market domination by one person. There's not one person doing really well or 2 or 3 people doing really well and you couldn't fit in there anywhere. The sales are spread very evenly, so there is room for people to come in and take a portion of those sales, and that's of course reflected in the revenues. Obviously, this guy who's selling for £31 and getting a lot of sales is going to have a higher revenue than people getting even similar sales and selling for a lower price. So all the revenues just reflect the sales. And also, like, depending on what your budget is, might depend on how you want to launch this product and how you want to enter the market. If you've got a £1,000 budget, you're not going to be able to sell this product for £31, bearing in mind that the product cost is probably going to be more expensive as well. So all things you need to consider when you're doing your product research. Now, if we come across quickly to the BSR of this product, it's going to give us a good insight into why these sellers are getting such good sales. So we can see that this guy that's doing very well, doing the £20,000 revenue, his BSR is extremely low at 3,450, which obviously when you compare it to people who have higher BSRs and getting lower sales, it makes sense why he's getting so many sales being ranked so highly. You have got some people here, like this guy, 1,700 BSR, which is again fairly low, lower than the guy getting loads of sales, but he's not getting as many sales, and his price is £11 cheaper than, or £12 cheaper, I think, than this guy. So you have to understand why is he getting more sales than him? If he's charging £12 more and he's ranked lower down in like most search results in that category, how is he getting more sales? You need to understand that before you go into this product, because whether he's doing to get that many sales, you probably want to be replicating it yourself and trying to do that, because that's obviously working for him very, very well. So coming across to the rating, again, a bunch of 4.5 star to 5 star ratings, so very little we could improve on here. So not much to say about that, but we'll come across to the reviews, which hopefully does show us quite a lot of promising information about this product, in the fact that there's loads of people with fairly low reviews, obviously around the 40, so 44, 65, 42, that are doing fairly well, and of course ranking quite highly. So this guy who is doing the best out of everyone, he's only got 44 reviews, and he's outperforming people who have thousands or even hundreds of reviews. So that's a great sign for us. Obviously, as we come down, there's a cluster of people with a high amount of reviews, which isn't great. But in general, people that have low reviews are obviously ranking on the first page, getting up higher in the search results. I wouldn't necessarily class 44 reviews or more as a low amount of reviews, kind of on the lower end of average, I guess. But that's not to say that you couldn't go in there, blast it really quickly, get those first 10-15 reviews in the first couple of weeks, and get up in these search results if you've bundled, if you differentiate, if you've done something different, and really try and take some of these sales. So as far as the numbers go, this product doesn't really worry me. Just like coming up into the search results, it looks like it has a lot of demand. So let's see how that demand is carrying over the years, see if there's any seasonality trends for this product. Is on an upward trend, downward trend, and see how that could affect our product decision. So we'll go for this guy with the large amount of reviews, because he's probably going to have a bigger sales history than some of the people who have just started selling with just a few reviews. So we can see that since July 2018, it's been not that consistent really. It had a big spike up here. So when was that? It's October 2019. And now we started to come back down again. So we'll look at some other sales trends to see if that's the same experience that everyone else is having. And if it is, you probably want to understand why that is. Why is it so erratic? Why are the sales not evenly distributed over time or increasing or anything like that? So this guy hasn't really been selling much, and he's just started selling and he's boosted up. So that also doesn't tell us very much. So we'll check out this guy, see how he is doing, if he's getting more information for us. So again, you've got a big spike here in March kind of time, April 2019, and then November 2019, another big spike. So again, these sales charts aren't really helping us that much with this product. Although, to be honest, they're not really worrying me either, because it's not a downward trend, it's not showing anything negative, they're just not overly comprehensive on how the product's doing. So maybe we'll try some of these people with 80 reviews, see if they can show anything interesting. So it looks like this product has just started to spike up and sell for some reason. Now I can say that during the time of recording this exact video, it is during the quarantine and everything that's going on at the time of recording, and this product could be deemed as something you would buy just to pass the time, or something you wouldn't normally do, you might start doing. So we've noticed in a lot of those sales charts that right now the sales have all started to boost up. They've been fairly stagnant or just fairly erratic, and they've all boosted up around now. Now that could be due to the lockdown and people being bored and being online and buying stuff just for something to do. So an example of what I could relate this product to give you an idea of why people would be buying this now is, for example, something like a drawing board or something like that, something like a cooking book. So just things you do as hobbies. Now you've got all this spare time. That's kind of what this product is in a way. It's nothing to do with the two examples I've just given, but it gives you an idea of why this product sales might be spiking now, as something to be wary of, because you don't know if all these numbers are so big now just because of this quarantine, and then when everything ends they're going to die back down again, as we can see from the sales chart. So I definitely want to monitor this product more over time to see if those sales stay consistent, or if it's just because of what's happening now. But apart from those sales trends, I'll say this product is probably a good opportunity. You could definitely go for it and see how it goes. I wouldn't say it's the best opportunity I've ever seen, but again, there's definitely an opportunity here to make some money and to get on this first page and start making sales. And hopefully, if you do it right and you look at all these listings and see what they're doing to do well, you could be hitting some of these big numbers. It's definitely achievable. Just make sure you check out the sales first and make sure that we're not just looking at a very obscure moment in time, which we're all in right now. So hopefully you've enjoyed this product breakdown, guys, especially the person who sent it in. Hope you've enjoyed the breakdown of your product. I'll send this video to you so you can see what I've thought about your product. Obviously, if any of you watching are interested in getting a product breakdown, send it to me on Facebook or email me. Everything, all the links here for that are down in the description, and I'll break down your product live on the channel, completely confidential, to help you with your product research. But if you're serious about selling on Amazon FBA in the UK and you want something that's going to teach you step by step how to do everything, then check out the AZ Academy. It's the first thing in the description. You will not be disappointed, I can guarantee it, and it's just going to do endless wonders for you in selling on Amazon. So with all that said, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, thumbs up, Let me know what you thought of the video. If you like these breakdowns, I like doing them for you, but I just want to make sure you're finding value from them as well, so I can continue to do them. I know they're going to do well, and you're actually going to watch them and enjoy them. So let me know about that in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.